the frozen tundra of Municipal Stadium made footing tenuous, and defense prevailed most of the day.
All right, we are ready for the Frozen Tundra Championship game. This is the 23-card set, Seattle versus Atlanta. It's going to switch some things over. This is self-broadcast, which is going to complicate things just a little bit, but got to fix one thing here. Well, I wouldn't mind Bob doing it, as you might see Dennis's question there. I'm going to use my phone to reply to Dennis here while we take a look. Sure, if you can, I'll say. Or if Duke's around, I doubt Duke is around this early, but you never know. While we're waiting for Dennis's response there, let's take a look at the standings. The Falcons finished 12-4. That's my squad. If I end up calling the game tonight, you'll hear me talking about them. You know, I really did not think this was a championship squad. I didn't treat them that way in the offseason. I was negligent, really did a bad job with this team. I got to say, I'll tell you when I do a good job, and I'll tell you when I do a bad job. I did not do well here. I mean, I just needed one or two defensive pieces, and this would have been a really formidable squad. Instead, what you have is a good offense for Atlanta, good running game, a bunch of sixes on the line, Mostert, a good card, but and the ability to go deep with some good receivers. But the defense just lacks any oomph. You'll see I'll have to hang back on defense, just sort of hope for the best. All right, looks like it's going to be me. Seattle comes in 11-5. Just be fine. Dennis is ready to go. My cigar is lit. But you see these Seahawks at 11-5, carried by Russell Wilson. As we have kickoff here, I'm going to just set this up over there and be on our way with a touchback. My kicker, Tyler Bass, not a good one. Although the kicker for Seattle, not much better. And we start off on the 1st and 10. At 25, Seattle leads it off here. Madison, not the best halfback, but he can get the job done, as most halfbacks can, if they run guessed wrong enough times, even when not on occasion. As we see the expected too tight from Seattle. Let's see here, just 1 second. Okay. I'm going to line up in this 3-4. We've got Pollard. We'll leave it that way for now. Nakua has got the 5 on him. Want that. That's for sure. 1st and 10. You see a lot of short passes from this squad. Short 1st and 10. Pollard. Big runner, line buck, off tackle, not really your end run sort of guy. We're going to go like so. To start, I got burned on this. Oops, one pass. Taking a long time doing everything here. 2 men in zone. Guessed wrong. Wanted the defensive card, did I? But went to the offensive card in a good roll for me. So 2nd and 9. See a lot of action to Madison here. Instead, we've got Nakua and Godwin. Oh, look out for Pollard here against the 0. Everett against the 0-2. Could be going there. Evan Ingram gets the call against the 5. Short pass. Looking for that must run. Instead, Ingram makes the catch on his card. 6 roll. 1st and 10. 46 must runs in the regular season for Seattle. Led the league, number 1 overall. His opponents throughout the term of the regular season had 19 attempts. So that margin of 27, also number 1 in the league. Throwing short pass a lot, did this squad. And now we see Madison on 1st down as we check our little list here. Short pass, Nakua. It's picked off. So Steve Nelson with chance here. Boy, it looked like it was a defensive card interception, but it wasn't. It was actually an offensive card interception. So I think it missed the interception split on the defensive card. No, it did. It caught it on the short pass. I thought it went to the dump off and had it picked there, but not. So good fortune there for Atlanta. And now I got to do a little work here. So with our ability to switch things around, I'm going to switch some things around. All right, we're gonna go heavy right side. Let's see what happens with that. We'll leave Ferguson there, and then we're going to put Laporta there. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to save this as switch. Or something like switch anyway. Okay, and go with that. But I left Javonte Williams in, which is a problem. All right. That messes everything up nicely. Messes everything up really nicely. And it's a double of Nico. 6 yards for Javonte, despite the mess up. Okay, now in the 2nd and 4, we're going to go with Mostert. Oh, gosh. Left the wrong guys on the left side. I can't broadcast and play at the same time very well, apparently. I got to get used to this. I left these zeros in on the left side. Glad I didn't pass here. That would have been a problem. Okay, 1 man in zone. Most looking for his card. Gets his 6 yards. Okay, so let's fix this. Switch the thing here. Because we need to get Quentin Nelson in the ball game. He's dying to play. And then Raymond. Okay, now we need to resave this as switch. Okay, here we go. Oh, I left Javonte in again. It's okay. Not the worst mistake in the world. Comes Javonte Williams. From the 16, definite tweener territory against this good run defense of Seattle. Seattle comes in with a good run, average pass in the 3-4. Same exact for the Falcons. This time just a yard for Williams. So gets what Pollard got on that 1st down. Turnabout is fair play. 2nd and 9. We go to Mostert here. I'm going to see if I can catch him leaning in the look in. I do. It's 9 yards and a first down. To the 6. Now this is going to need a switch too. So Dennis is used to fast play. I'm really slowing him down. I'm sure he's not enjoying this. Sorry, Dennis. You'll understand later, I guess, when you watch. Fergie on this side, and then we're going to put Quentin and Raymond, and Laporte is fine. Williams, Mostert, Ham. Oh, yes, I guess we'll leave that, and then we're going to call this switch. Okay, go. Okay, first and goal from the 6. We're going to go short to Laporte against that 6. I go to Ferguson a lot, so I didn't want to show that. And the 6 makes the play on the 6 roll. Isn't that funny how that happens? 3 running backs again. This time we're going to put a little more oomph. You know what? I'll keep Williams back there. Guess past a lot of blitzers come in and they get home. TJ Watt, 5-yard loss. So back, that's a reasonable loss. So we can go 3 wide and a fullback here. Get Disley in. Yeah, that's good. It's okay. Especially with the 6 rule playing. 10-yard line would have been ideal, but can't have it all, people, right? Because that right there is kind of an issue for Baker. Is it enough of an issue to make me go flat or look in? I'll say that it is, but who's going to get me 11 yards? Who gets me 11 yards the most? Well, everybody is about the same in terms of chances guessed right. It's just a question of who I want to go to here. I'm going to go to Chark because he's got more yards. Up against TJ. Okay, caught him leaning. Can he get it? He cannot. Gets 9 of it back. Dang! 4th and goal from the 2. And in the Super Bowl, we're going to, against a good run defense, we're going to take the points if we can get them. And we can get them. 3-0 off the opening drive interception. And a touchback. Not many receiving threats for Seattle. Sorry, returning threats. Plenty of receiving threats. Return threats, I should say. Touchback anyway. 1st and 10. Let me make sure everything's working all right. Hold on a second here. Let me just turn up the volume on this here. Touchback anyway. Yep, I can hear myself just fine. So now 3-4. Nakua got the 5. Madison is up against the 4. I think that's what I like. He prefers to go to Madison deep, it seems, as opposed to Everett, but they're both just about the same. So I'm going to get hit from either side on that, I imagine. 1st and 10. and run left, going to that 5 defensive end. Who makes the play? Oh, tough roll there. It was going to be a loss of 2 or +1. So ultimately, the right move from Coach Dennis. Now we got a second 6 to 10. See a lot of Nakua action here. And you see Everett up against him, Pollard. The draw against that 6, looking for the boxes. Doesn't get the boxes, but gets 7 yards. And it's a 3rd and 2. Jeff Wilson usually in here, and here he is. Hello, Jeff. Got those 5s out there. Gabe Davis comes in. Brings a little more long pass oomph, which I think is an overall good move if I'm Seattle. On these 3rd and shorts, we see what he likes to do. He knows I have 2 6s inside, so I got a feeling we're going to see Wilson go outside and get away from his usual line buck. Long pass, Gabe Davis. Man back there. Can you get that must run? Maybe a long gain. Okay, dump off. Opportunity for 2 yards. Gets short gain. 12. So it went to Van Ginkel up against that 7. Nothing doing there. And gets first down. Out to the 45. You see the blandness of this Atlanta D. So you might make the case go for 7 there because we're going to need points, Going to have to get the 4th downs and get lucky if we're going to hold them on defense. Get lucky on those 4th downs. 1st and 10. Interesting that you look at the numbers, Cross got a lot more action than short pass effort. 4-man in zone. Feel good about that, but what's the roll? It's another dump off. Once again, this time -5. Does it hold up? No, it's incomplete. Call the look in. Would have liked that -5. That would have been nice. 2nd and 10 instead. I mean, do you want to blitz? No, you're not going to blitz against Pollard. We're going to hear some background noise as I got the kids running around. Hi, Mark. 2nd and 10 from the 45. I'm going to go contrarian here and go run. Let's see what happens. Oh, picked the wrong side in the flat pass. Guessed wrong. Just eats 10, gets 9. 3rd and 1. We've gotten 5. Another 3rd and 1. Can we force the 4th and 1? You see Gabe Davison checks in. See, even if you bring all the linebackers, not a very good deal. Just isn't. Linebuck Wilson, okay, put the 2 men there. But it goes to his card. 2 6s invaded the zone along with the 6 nose tackle. You see Lamb in here 6, but goes to the wrong card and picks up yards. 1st and 10 now from the Atlanta 41. Pollard checks in again. Pollard, really a linebuck off tackle sort of guy this year. Flat pass to Pollard. Man is there. Guess right. Gets 5 yards and does not fumble. 2nd and 5. Throwing a little more flat pass than you might expect from this squad. Seattle finished last in the league in flat passing, 24th at 23%. So, for whatever reason, wants to keep those linebackers back. I get it. But I don't know if it's going to last. 2nd and 5. This being a spot where he'll run a lot more than usual, but also mixes in short passing. So we're just going to flood some zones here. Madison really not a linebucker guy, so we're going to spread him out. Do that. Look at that. I've got some actual pass rush coming. Doesn't matter. Russell Wilson gets 9. Ugh. Yeah. Well, that worked out call-wise. Didn't work out right roll-wise, excuse me. And 1st and 10. I like that. He's going to see more of that as the game progresses, I'm sure. 1st and 10. We'll go check on Gabe Davis here, and we'll check on Ingram here. Why not? It's Gabe. It's Davis. So let's get another dump off. No, this time incomplete. Would have been 16 guessed right. Looking at dump offs, another area where we see Seattle excelling tonight. They excelled there in the regular season too. Well, top 6 in the league. 51 attempts was 7th. 43 again. So +8 margin is 6th in the league. And getting dump offs. On a percentage basis, they got just 13% of dropbacks. That actually was a bit low in terms of percentage rank. 2nd and 10 now. So we're going to send the guys again. Sort of like that. I don't know if we're going to see a draw. Yeah, I'm not trusting what I'm seeing here. I'm going to go run. And we're going to do that. And we got to run. I thought we'd see a draw off tackle. Oh, goes for 8 yards. Guessed right. Ugh. 3rd and 2. 19. So we'll send this blitzer now. That's the frustrating one. 3rd and 2. Short yardage defense. Okay. We've got Minka here. That helps the situation. He'll come hard. Will Mallory as your blocking back, and that's Van Ginkel. Okay. So we're going to protect against that and run there. And then we're going to leave Jalen Mills there. We're going to, no, we'll double team the Nakua. Okay. Fitz gets home. Just loses a yard, though. Dennis might think, oh, no. Okay. Scouting worked out there, which is always nice. Where my short yardage advice was field goal's good. Guess pass lead flats open. Not looking. And he goes to the 6. But didn't even get there because Minka's pressure got in. And boy, I really liked what I saw there when I brought the more men in line of scrimmage and what it did to Vita Vea's sack number. But I'm 11 against a 2 was pretty favorable. So we'll note that for later. On this first down, I'm going to go back to my scripted plays here. I really didn't get to because we were basically red zone from the start last time. First one is this long pass to who's ever on the 6. In this case, it's Drake London. Can't find it. Baker Mayfield on his car gets it where I want it to be, but no dice. 2nd down. 10. Mostert checks in. We're going to go OT here. Man is there. And the linebacker makes the freaking play. 3rd and 12. Thought about draw. If I would have done it, I don't think it would have worked out, though. So maybe. I don't know. 3rd and 12. No, I did not mean to leave CJ Ham in there. That's just a bad lineup. CJ Ham is useless back here. Do I use a timeout for it? Well, I didn't. I saw this happen yesterday in a different game. I had the wrong guy in the 3rd wide receiver spot, and it resulted in We'll go deep. We'll go back deep to Drake here, I guess. And the right guy would have had a long gain on 10 flat pass on his card. Guessed wrong because I thought he'd move the free safety back. He moved the free safety back. I threw to the wrong guy anyway. It went to the receiver card and it went to 10 for an incompletion. Would have been a long gain. Lost by a couple points. So coaching matters, people. That was an example of poor coaching on my part. Should have used a timeout. Here's a long pass to London. Just one man back there. And it's picked. On the 7 roll, 30 yards downfield. Jalen Ramsey with the interception, and the return's 20 yards. So Seattle's going to be in decent shape here. Only got 2 plays in my script. Place to go. 33-yard line. Can't show blitz on first down. Gabe Davis in the ball game. 1st and 10. Pollard is more of a, he can run some line bucks. Off tackle draw. So there we see the draw. Thought we were going to see that sooner or later. I thought we were going to see it the last play. 18 yards. Gets it here, and it makes a big difference to the 15. What? It's weird. Okay. Here comes Pollard. All right. We're going to go after Ingram. Ingram is a big flat passer. It's more flat pass targets. Ingram had 51. Everett had 17. So we're going to use the safety to double team Ingram, and we're going to use our 6 here to double team Everett. Draw to Pollard. Hoping that nose tackle can make a play. He does! Good roll there. 2nd and 10. Now we will bring a blitzer. We got Madison. Yeah, he's a 0. Here we come. Gabe Davis gets yards. You got him up against his doubler would be up against Madison, so you can sort of work that issue. If he does anything, he's going to do a draw. So I'm going to assume that if I see a run, I'm going to see it on the outside. I'd miss out on the draw anyway. And then I'm going to just double team Ingram and hope for the best. Short pass Nakua. 5 is there. And must run for 15. Nope. 6 yards. All right. That's not the worst thing in the world. Gets him inside the 10. 3rd and 4. Dennis might be thinking 2 down territory here. This is a classic spot. And Dennis might know it because I just talked about it last game. So we're going to show the blitz. Going to keep everybody in there. Should be in there. This is the spot where you just sort of have to guess run. You have to guess run. Because you kind of must run avoidance, plus you pick up the benefits of guessing run. On these 3rd and shorts, what's he been doing? Have you seen a lot of end runs? Got Patterson and Madison as his runners. Neither of those guys are linebacker runners at all. At all. So we're going to go out here and out here and leave 4 men in the zone. Short pass Nakua. Hoping for the mess run miss. Doesn't get it. Would have been a completion either way. 9-3 Seattle, make it 10. And now this offense needs to get to work here. Really haven't had much time of possession compared to Seattle. I need to get going. I'm just going to follow the old script here. Okay, hoping to avoid a sack. Avoids it, but not enough yards for 0 men in zone. Too tight again. This time, over to Mostert. Two men in zone. Gets 9 yards anyway. Gets a good roll. 2 men in zone in Watt's zone. Well done. First down. Well done by the defense. Yeah, we call for a long pass to the wide receiver on 4. I don't like that so much. I'm going to go with Laporta here. Hope I'm right about this. I'm guessing he's going to double up Nico. And he doubles Laporta. Dang it. Wouldn't have mattered with the 4 roll. So should listen to my script anyway. 2nd and 10. Pass. Oh, the 5 roll. Come on. Dang it. Got to keep pace here. Not keeping pace is going to be a real problem here. So got to pull one out of the hat here. Can Baker Mayfield get it done against this strong pass rush from the 40? Disley on nobody. Team's Nico. Watt's coming. Oh, incomplete on Laporta's card. Dang it. Dang. Shoot. Okay. Well, gonna have to hold it together here. 60 yards out. 45-yard punt. 15, Ray McLeod. Hits his 2 for 19 yards. Yeah, we said no returning threats. We meant it. Still, good return. 19 yards. Sets them up at the 34 instead of pinning them back. Here's Patterson. As mentioned before, Patterson with 3 line bucks, 16 off tackles, 23 end runs throughout the season. We're going to spread our wings here. We're going to go here. So, and my left man is there. It's 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Patterson back there again. He's a 4 pass block. That's something. We're going to see a lot more draws coming from Seattle here, the way I've been calling defense. 2nd 6 to 10. You see long team here. 2nd 6 to 10. You see short pass Nakua 25th in the league, end run Madison. So in this case, we're gonna let Will Mallory loose and cover E flats. Flat pass Ingram 4 in the zone. Almost intercepted, but not. Just 2 through 4. Only I think no defense would get that right. Excellent was 2 through 6. Good is 2 through 5. So 3rd and 6 now. And he goes. I was hoping for a 2 tight set. We don't see it here. On this 3rd and 6. Godwin in the 4. He knows I'm going to do that. Long pass, Gabe Davis. Nobody back there against the 4. Must run is stopped for just 5 yards. 4th and 1. So successfully shadowed with our man Fred Warner. Brings us to a 4th and 1. So nicely done. Short pass Nakua is the number 1 play in the league. Jeff Wilson in the ball game. Long pass, Gabe Davis on this 4th and 1. Guess right. It's complete somehow. Oh, come on. Oh, that's irritating. But a nice call because he went away from Nakua and over Gabe Davis, which broke tendency nicely. Had a nice call, really on both sides, and the Seattle got the better of that one. And now we're facing a 2-score deficit here. Great. Must run for 8. Second and 2. Oh, Pollard. Warner's there. Doesn't matter. First down. Off tackle Pollard. Makes the play to 5. Not the best line there, but makes the block. 2nd and 3 inside the 10. To the 9. Not good. Not good, Falcons. Come on now. 2nd and 3. Go run again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh. Inside the 10 now. If he goes end run, I'll be very frustrated. Okay, off tackle Pollard. Gets a yard somehow. Would have scored. Said enough plays inside the 10 to realize probably what I'm doing here, which is must run avoidance, hope for a 4-man pick, combination thereof, and stop the run. Although I haven't stopped the run so far. Oh, we got a spinny thingy. Hopefully we're working here. Oh, great. Rebooting is not something you want to do when you have a whole broadcast setup. Let's see what we got here. I didn't get a chance. You always got a manual save. As soon as you see something wrong, manual save. I didn't do it because it crashed on me before I had a chance. Let's see where it left us here. That is accurate. That's good news. We're at 29234. Second and goal from the 4. Here comes Dennis. Well, sooner or later, I'm going to have to switch her up and guess pass one of these days. She might be catching on to me here. What I'm up to. I rely on that good defense to do some work. Off tackle, guessed wrong. Does not get it. Gets a good roll this time to the Falcons. Third and goal from the 2. Would have been no gain if guessed right. Stuck in the pass rush matchup. Big third and goal from the 2. Russell Wilson was known to have a linebacker or two. Oh, something disappeared. He says, I'm going to save this game. SEA 2. Wants to reboot. Yeah, maybe we should, but the broadcast. The broadcast. All right. All right, people. We'll be back after this. You just got to go into StreamYard again. So we're back. Welcome back. We're gonna share our screen again. Where you go, Marky? See you later. We are waiting for Dennis to come back, and I'm just going to check. When I reboot, lately, I've been getting security problems when I reboot, so I'm going to just check that out while we're waiting for Dennis here. He says he's still rebooting. All right, looks good. (10-3), Seattle leads. 6 minutes left, second quarter. Really, the Atlanta offense, which has been scoring 30 points a game, has not gotten out of the barn here today. I haven't been able to work through my first 10 plays. Just couple tough, good calls by Dennis here and there, and not getting that much cooperation. The interception didn't help, I guess. I was going to punt anyway. But add it all up, for whatever reason, we got 6 minutes left, and the offense really needs to get going. Be nice if I can find a way to hold them to a field goal here. Seems unlikely. All right, here comes Dennis. Full house. Ends up blitzing 3-4. So that asterisk to be blitzing. You saw me leave this zone empty last time, so I'm going to move our 5G limos out there. Short pass, Nakua. Lots of blitzers coming. Does it matter? It does not. Oh, I ran out of breath. What we got here, Dennis? I suspect the problem in the game again. I'm going to go Seattle 3 with this thought. You can see not much of an upgrade here. It wants me to turn firewall on, noting it's off. And I'm guessing we got a problem again. Okay, but hey, do you have this? Not that the odds are very good for me at all. I mean, these blitzes are not doing much. Ugh. Let's just get through the play then. Let me host through the play. Then I'll host. Then I'll host one more time. And then we'll switch after that. Because two, 4, 1, 3, 9. And Puka, did you get a touchdown? No, it's a sack by Fred Warner. 4th and goal from the 2. So a missed must run by Wilson. So rough roll there for Seattle. Brings up an interesting 4th down and 2. And he brings on Justin Tucker. Against this good run defense with the 2 6s inside. I get it. It's a pretty good run D. So you can't just sort of be guaranteed anything from 2 yards out anyway. 1 yard you probably go in that spot with the lead and all that sort of good stuff. First and 10. So we're going to have to just go to the regular game plan here. Move on from the script. Got to draw. Taysom gets 18 yards. Nicely done. With that linebacker. Dennis had one of those earlier today, which also on the same sort of thing, draw, yielded 18. So we get 18 back on pretty much the same thing. And now we have a first and 10 from the 43. Okay. Guessed wrong, so tackle will make that play. 7 yards, 2nd down, 3. Going to Mostert. Guessed right, 2 men in zone. Center makes the block, though, so fortunate roll for the third and 1 from the Seattle 48. I had burned Dennis earlier in the year on a similar play on a long pass to Nico. I have to assume that's burned in his head. I hope it is. Let's see. Thinking that I'm going to go for it on 4th would be the thought here. No, Dennis does a nice job and loses 2 yards. 4th and 3. Boy, is that disappointing. Boy, right or wrong, that would have been disappointing. Nice roll, Baker. I got to think about this. Long and hard. It's early. So, and from the 50-yard line, I'm going to punt it. Oh my gosh, come on. Are you kidding? Boy, it could have been worse. The coffin corner for 20 yards. It could have been for like 15 easily. I guess I'll be happy about that. Boy, 2 12s in a row. Sinking the Atlanta Falcons there. And what seemed like a very, very hopeful drive. Good call on the 3rd and 1 by Dennis. Like linebacker there, doesn't matter. 3 yards. Gain. Oh boy. I'm going to plan here. And if we have a drop again. This would be a better time at a point in the game for a drop if that's what we have, which it looks like it is. Okay. Task manager. Look for additional strat games. Maybe that's a. That's all we got. That one. Nothing else anywhere else. Start menu. We're back. 2nd and 7. Crashed. Didn't mean to have that all caps, but oh well. Had a lot of trouble connecting with Dennis lately for some reason. I saw him having trouble connecting with Dennis Leung too lately, which is rare. Dennis usually runs swimmingly. I think the autosave is going to cover us here just fine. And it does. Okay. 2nd and 7. Even Gabe Davis open to fly past the Pollard. Gets 4 yards, 3rd and 3. I need one of those guess wrong looking pass interceptions. That sounds nice. No men, ideally. 3rd and 3. Number 1 in the league in long pass here. 3rd and 3. No, he's not number 1. Oh yeah, 11% versus 4%, but a huge short pass and end run guy here in these spots, typically. We'll bring our guys up. We're going to watch out for Wilson on a flat pass, and we're going to watch out for Everett here, and we're going to leave ourselves exposed to the receiver spot. End run Wilson. A 5 is there. Does it go to the 5? It does successfully. Loss of 2. Going to call the timeout here. That's a good break for the good guys. For the Falcons. 4th and 5. Johnson does not have a block. Hoping for one of those rare ones. Doesn't get it. Tompkins, not the best returner, but he has a 52. Can he hit a 52 or something? 51? Nope. So 136. And we got to go with our base offense here. Taysom gives us the threat of the deep ball to him against a 0, which would be most interesting. Taysom gets a short gain. Starts us off and doesn't get out of bounds, however. That would have been El Perfecto play. Can't have it all. We'll hurry it up. 115. We'll burn our timeout here. Maybe we can get an empty look in. We don't get that, but we don't get doubled. Looking for a 6. Short gain anyway, 17. And we'll burn that first time out. Oh, second time out, actually. Really did not calculate that well. Boy, I'm surprised that looking zone wasn't open. Right, up to the 47. We could really use some points here. And who do you want to put here? Mostert with a threat of our big runs is what we're going to do. We have enough receivers for the moment, I would say. I think we're going to So good roll there. We got a guessed wrong 0-man opportunity. It gets 9 and doesn't want to get out of bounds. Nobody feels like getting out of bounds today. It's kind of a problem, people. Need to get out of bounds. Really, really, really do. That limits our. That didn't feel right. We're going to save this. Fear of crash. Yep. You possibly can always manually save, people. Most important thing to do. First sign of trouble. It didn't feel right. Save it. Save yourself a lot of time later. All right. Second and 1. From the 44. Mostert sitting on 18 carries. That's a lot. Again. Don't need to resave it this time because we're already in the same exact spot. But that did not feel right. Let's check my security again. Make sure it didn't slip on. Everything is off. Ugh. Do you want to change my play? I don't know. I'm not against it. Touchdown is an unlikely outcome here. Client joined, but he should have a post-play action. Jeez. Sure. What the heck? Why not? May as well. May as well. As long as it picked up the Ferguson 9-yarder. I don't see anything in Task Manager. I don't see anything there. I mean, let me send it to him. Maybe he sees something I don't. I must say, in all my years, I've never had a problem with that. Like multiple games running, that's never been a thing. I'm just going to snip it for him. Oh, okay. He doesn't like that. So, guess I'm supposed to delete something here. Delete this one. And this task. I mean, but that is the subtask. Yeah, I mean, that's the only one I got. Right? Or not? Okay, maybe not. Let's see. I mean, I see. Right there. That's what he's talking about. Okay, everyone see that? So, hopefully that's it, everybody. We can be on our way. Well, that's it. So, we shall hope. I think the autosave got us, right? Nope. Wrong one. Oops. Save game server. Server is home. Autosave is right. Oh, okay. All right. So let's hope that was it, everybody. All right. I'm hurrying up. Okay. Hmm. On the second one. Against that zero out there. Gets 4. He got out of bounds. All right. Oh, yeah, too tight. Again. So I got bad field goal range here, everybody. So I'm not good to the 37. Even then, I ain't so hot. So, not best spot to be in. Some points. Any points would be good. He can't think I'm going to run inside, can he? That's what I'm going to do. He's got to think I'm going to run. Let's see. He does. Okay, that's good. Got an opportunity here. Short gain, 12 yards. Big play from Ostert. Yep, preserve that timeout over Spiky. Oh, we spike here. Yeah. Keeping Mostert in there keeps our, with the timeout, keeps that alive to get to a better field goal range, which is kind of important for this guy. Again, not the best field goal kicker here for either side. Many points. Oh, it crashed. Strat. No, nothing else started. Maybe we should reboot now because after clearing that out. Crash kill. Well, it's gone already, that's for sure. I'd say we reboot at halftime for sure, just for the hell of it. Let's see where it left us here. That's the right spot. Excruciating. So I guess that wasn't it. So much for hope. That was the solution. We're going to spike the ball again. Too tight. We are going to go with Mostert. For the best here. What the hell was I going to do again? I forgot already. I was doing something. What the heck was I doing? He knows you can't take a sack. Can't afford that. He's blitzing here. So sort of helping to assure small ball, as it were. He's going to move that guy right in there. He's going to leave him back. I need 28 yards. Let's take a look at Mostert here. 23, 21, 34, 49. Yeah. Nope. We're good. We're good. Just thinking. He's got a 0 in the middle. Do play-by-play. That sounds nice. I could use some help here. All right. We are going to hope he doesn't bring anybody up there. And hope we get a nose tackle for 35. How about that? Okay, so we have an empty zone there. Let's hit that 35-yarder, not a 5. There's a 5 instead. Oh, come on. Come on. Why won't it give me the option? If I spike the ball, then I'll make it 4th down, which is fine in 8 seconds, which is better than the timeout. Really need this. Come on, Tyler. You can do it, baby. Come on, Tyler. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, right. Phew. That was important. All right. So, Bob. Okay. We'll do. We're going to do a little on side here. And I tell you what, I mean, it was like a really rough half, I thought, for Atlanta, but we're only one score down with the ball. So you really can't complain at all. Good half. So sending Bob link. Right. Let's move out of my way, please. Bob come into the action here. I will stay around and turn my mic off for most of it. We'll see if I can, now that I'm commenting, if I can stand not commenting. As we await Bob's arrival. Is Bob in here too? Oh, yes, that's right, Giants. Wait, Bob's appearance. What do these Falcons have to do? There's Bob. Welcome, Bob. How are you? Can you hear me, Bob?
I can hear you. What's the code for the game?
So you're. Oh yeah, the code. If you wanted to do it that way, it is. It's a good way to do it. Stand by. 17066. Don't get used to it, by the way.
I know they're having issues. I just tried to go on, but it didn't work. Let me try again. Watch game 17066. Says waiting for server teams.
See. Sorry, 13311.
Okay.
I think. Just looking up in the
13311.
3311.
That's working. Okay, good. All right, now.
All right. All right. I shall bow out.
Wait. I don't have anything yet. It's blank.
Maximize your screen.
Oh, there it is. Okay, good.
Okay, cool. Okay. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
I might pop in if I get, really mad about something.
Okay. All righty. We're about to start the second half of the 2024-25 Frozen Tundra Super Bowl. Seattle's up 13-6. I'm just joining the game, and Atlanta will start off the second half with the ball on their 25. Hill in the backfield, Mayfield quarterback, 2 tight end set. It's a quick slant to Ferguson, 2 men in the zone. Goes on Baker's card. 5-yard gain was guessed right. Second and 5. Sorry, on the 3rd and 30. Seattle leads 13-6. We'll do a recap during a break. 2nd and 5. 2 zeros on the outside. Seattle's good on the run, average on the pass. Still 2 tight end set. That's what Atlanta was going with in their semifinal game against New Orleans. Quick out to Ferguson. He's double teamed this time, and it is incomplete on the defensive card.
He avoided the long gain there. 6 roll 2.
Yep. Three wide receiver set. Seattle's a nickel. And double team, and he completes a 12-yard pass to Laporta. So big play. It's 1st and 10. Atlanta on their 42. So correct double team, and still was able to get the 12-yard pass in. Back to the double tight end set. Let's see what happened on a regular pass. Guess right, 12 across the board. So good double team, but the 10 was rolled. Run is guessed correctly, off to Hill, and a 3-yard gain. Offensive end 5. You had 2 men in the zone, so 1 man in the zone would have been a 5-yard gain.
What? Are you talking to somebody?
2nd and 7. Ball on the Atlanta 45. Good night. Mostert, 2-yard gain. Again, 2 men in the zone. So 2 men in the zone. So good job by Seattle with a 4-yard gain. So some yards taken off the board. So 3rd and 5 at the 47. Now going back to 3 wide. Disley in the backfield. Collins guarded by a 4, and so was Chalk. London by a 6. Laporta by a 4. Disley covered by a 0. Nickel D. 12-18, early 3rd quarter, 13-6, Seattle. Frozen Tundra Super Bowl. Square out left to Clark. He's double teamed, and it's incomplete. So Seattle with some good double teaming on this drive. 2 men in the zone also. Big punt to the 4-yard line. McLeod back there, and it goes to 3 yards, so it's taking over at the 1. Wow. Big special team. So let's see what happens here. The Seattle pinned on the 1. They go 2 tight end set. Atlanta is also good against the run, average against the pass. Russ on the center. Surprise, surprise. I say that because Dennis, I think Russell is on all of Dennis's teams. I think it's a league-wide rule. Pass is called bomb to Davis, covered by a 4-5 in the back. So he's going for the bomb. Flush from the pocket and a 5-yard gain. Pass was over to Pollard. 2nd and 5 on the 6. So a little wiggle room. Big call there. Bomb out of the backfield. Slightly risky with a safety in play. So it's 2nd and 5. Still 2 tight end sets. So both teams utilizing the 2 tight end sets here in the second half. Pollard is in the backfield. Russ on the day is 10 of 13 for 90 yards with a touchdown and 1 pick. Quick slant, no men in the zone as a 4-yard gain. So called on the offensive card and a 4-yard gain as Atlanta was flooding for the run and a quick break. So let's take a look at the way this game started off. Atlanta jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Seattle tied it at 3. Early in the second quarter, Seattle went up 10-3 on a Nakua touchdown pass off an interception by Jalen Ramsey. And then Atlanta hit a field goal at the end of the first half to make it 13-6. Seattle has time of possession, 178 yards so far on offense, 142 for Atlanta. Russell's 11 for 14 for 94 yards. Baker 9 of 18. Pollard has 10 carries for 48. So far, Mostert's been held in check, 7 runs for 20. Hill is the leading rusher for Atlanta, 4 carries for 42.
I'd say I'm back here. I mean, I'm lucky to be in this one. Dennis has done a good job in I really haven't had many plays on offense. He sort of controlled the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Called that last defensive set of downs, I thought was just gold standard.
Yeah.
Those 2 men in zone were because of because of a draws called run.
Got it.
So he called run twice in a row. Dennis comes into the game 18th in the league in calling run. Doesn't call it often, 20%.
Mm-hmm.
And did a nice job on both those occasions,
Mm-hmm.
getting the run call, which would have gotten enough for a first down, I think, to your point.
Yeah. Yep.
I was lucky to get any yards at all on both those plays, actually.
Well, Laporta was double, then you hit the 10, so that was a big play.
Yeah, that's 2.
Right.
And then 2 men in zone. I mean, that was just a crystal perfect, crystal clear defensive set of downs.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 1 here. And,
Now you prefer the 2 tight end set. I used it a lot against New Orleans, I saw. And I see Dennis was used on. He's back. So
yeah, with Laporta and Ferguson, they're a good pair.
Yeah,
this lead the six as well.
Makes
All right,
sense.
bound back out.
All right, see you. 3rd and 1, big play and a big call. Seattle on their 10. Mallory and Wilson now in the backfield for Seattle. Third and 1. It's a pitch out to Wilson, and he loses a yard off the defensive card. So a 4. It was guest pass, so it was on the defensive card, and Atlanta gets a break. Punt is away, and it's a 36-yard punt, a 6-yard return. So Atlanta takes over in Seattle territory. So the big turn of events there, the punt to the 1, Seattle does not get the first down, and now Atlanta is on the 39. So let's see what we got here. So far, Dennis has called a really good game on defense. We just heard from Anthony, the Atlanta coach. First and 10, 9:36 to go in the third. They bring all these people in. It's a double off tackle to Hill. The one man is on, and a 5 is rolled. So it was guessed wrong, but as we say in Stratomatic football, the dreaded 5. Wrong. Doesn't matter. So no gain. Again, Seattle bringing everybody to the line. He did guess pass. Run was called, but the 5 was rolled. 2nd and 10, Seattle 39. Big opportunity here for Atlanta to get perhaps tie a score. They're in great field position. And Anthony requests 1 second. Atlanta comes in as the number 1 seed on the season. Had a great year. 12-4. Seattle was 11-5. They did play at one point in the year, and it was a 27-24 victory for Seattle. That was a back-and-forth game. So that was, and I believe this Q3 that game was played. So going back to what Anthony said earlier, both teams have had equal amount of offensive plays, 35 plays for Seattle so far, 34 for Atlanta, and Seattle does have the time of possession up to this point by 3 minutes and 24 seconds. 19 minutes and 42 seconds for Seattle, 16-18 for Atlanta. So we're in the third. It was Seattle stopped Atlanta on the opening drive, a big punt to the Seattle 1. Seattle gained 9 yards, actually went back 1 on the 3rd and 1, so they had a punt. And then Seattle took over on this. Atlanta took over on the Seattle 39. And they just ran a play. It was guessed wrong. Taysom Hill, but the 5 was rolled. And we're back. Off tackle right to Mostert. One man in the zone. Pass is called. Short gain, 16 yards. So Mostert was 8 carries now for 36. And I think that's his longest run of the day. And it is. So they're on the Seattle 23. Hill now back in the backfield. Laporte and Ferguson are both covered by zeros. I'm sorry, Ferguson's covered by 4. Laporte by a 0. Off tackle Hill, guess right, -1. 2nd and 11. Golden opportunity here for Atlanta to tie this game up, or at least walk away with 3 points, chip away at the Seattle lead. Almost at the halfway point of the third quarter in the frozen Tundra Super Bowl. Mostert back in. Second and 11. Slant to Laporte, he's double teamed, and again he hits the 10 and gets a 12-yard gain. So we've seen that movie before. Seattle with a good double, and the 10 is rolled again to Laporte, just like it did on the first drive of the game. So Atlanta on the move. 1st and 10. Good call by Dennis and the Seahawks, but the Falcons convert. So 1st and 10 on the 12. Pass to Collins. He's doubled. And a sack. A sack by Jack Campbell and a 10-yard loss. Danielle Hunter with a 13 versus a 7 and a 40% chance of a sack. He gets it. 10-yard loss. Big loss. Collins was doubled. 2nd and 20. Baker 10 of 19 for 92 yards on the day. Campbell was his first sack of the day. Flat pass to Drake London. It's guess right. 5 is rolled. No gain. Yeah. It was not Hunter. It says Campbell on the screen here, but it was Danielle Hunter that made that sack. All right, 3rd and 20. So that was a big 10-yard loss and then an incomplete pass on the flat. So kind of a tough call here for Atlanta. They got to walk away with at least 3. Nickel D, Disley now in the backfield. 6:18 to go in the 3rd. Hitch to London, 1 man in the zone. It's a 4. He picks up 7, so they inch a little bit closer. It's 4th and 13, so field goal coming off of Bass. And it is good. 12 was the only one in the car that would be bad from that distance. So it's 13-9. So the punt and then the conversion. Touchback on the kickoff. Big double team caught by Laporta, but the sacks on the back 10 yards, and Atlanta sells for the field goal. So 5:24 to go in the 3rd, 13-9. Seattle takes over on their 25. Madsen in the game now in the backfield. Again, 2 tight end set. Davis covered by a 4, Pakula by a 5. Gerald Everett is covered by a 0. Curl to Makua, 3 men in the zone, and a 10-yard completion. Guess right. Russell's guess right card is really good with the must runs. First and 10. Down and out to Madsen. He's double team McCool and Davis, and 3 men in the zone. 9's roll, 12. 12-yard gain. 4 men in the zone would have been incomplete. So 12-yard gain on the D card to Madsen. So a 10-yard gain and then 12-yard gain. So that puts Seattle on the 47, 4:12 to go in the 3rd, 13-9. Frozen Tundra Super Bowl. Again, Atlanta is good against the run. Down and out to Madsen again. He's double teaming Davis. And a sack. A sack. Vita Vey comes in with the sack. A 6-yard loss. So he went back to Madsen, but the sack came into play there on a blitz. The nose tackle, Vita Vey, against a 2. So it was a 55% chance of a sack, and he got it. Post to Ingram, double teaming Everett and Pakua, and his 7's rolled, no gain. So 7 right or wrong was incomplete. So 3rd and 16 for Seattle. And they're on they're 41. So the last two plays, Atlanta has doubled 2 receivers, but did not get the right one. First one resulted in a sack, second one incomplete. Deep to Matson this time. He's double teaming Everett. And it is complete. A 6 is rolled, so the defender was a 0. I'm sorry, 4. And he gets the 6. So 27-yard gain. It was one man in the zone, but Matson was covered by a 4. 6 on the D card, 27-yard gain. So Atlanta converts a 3rd and 16. Big play. Russ is 14 of 18 for 143. Good game. Down and out to Matson again. And a must run. 8-yard gain. So 3 of the last 4 passes have been intended for Matson. Second and 2 now on the Atlanta 24. We have 2 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. Big drive here in the Frozen Tundra Super Bowl. Pollard now in the backfield with Mallory blocking. Second and 2. Brings the left linebacker in, short pass, and it's a 17-yard gain on Russ. So again, the must run for Russell Wilson. 2 must runs, an 8-yard gain, and a 17-yard gain. So his must runs are dangerous. First and goal on the 7. 1:30 to go in the third. Pitch out to Matson, one man in the zone. His guess wrong, but the 5 is rolled. Second and goal at the 8. Full house. 3-4 blitz is being shown. Critical part of this game. Pitch out to Matson. Pass is called. 7-yard gain to the 1. So it's third and goal at the 1. This should be the last play of the third quarter. Showing blitz. Full house. Inside run the parlor, Key Wilson, and he goes over center for a 1-yard gain. 5 against the 5, and Seattle gets the touchdown. Kick is good, so they close the third quarter with a drive to go up 29. Key play, the 3rd and 16 bomb to Matson, 27 yards. Critical. So Atlanta's got their work cut out from the down 11, 15 minutes to go. The number 1 seed, Atlanta Falcons, down 11. We start the 4th. Seattle's going into a nickel to start the quarter. 2 tight end set with Laporta and Ferguson. Mozart in the backfield. Fly to London. He's not double teamed, and it's incomplete. London's covered by 6. There was no man in the zone. Receiver card, guess right. 2nd and 10. Bomb to Moser, run is called. Bomb to Collins, sorry. Run is called. And a long gain, wrong 59-yard play to Collins. Oof. So Baker connects to Collins. A run was called and guess wrong. And now Atlanta is on the Seattle 16. Big play. So we go back to the 3-4 now. That was Baker's longest play of the game. Flat pass to London. This time he's double teamed and it's incomplete. Oh, 2 men in the zone. Sorry. 2nd and 10. Off tackle Jordan Moser, 2-yard gain. Guess wrong. So 3rd and 8. Critical play here for Atlanta. They're on the Seattle 14. So far, it's been a field goal game for Atlanta. They need to get in. This is a big series. It's been a field goal game so far for the Falcons. 3rd and 8. Seattle 14. Guess wrong on Mose's card. The 4 and the 5. Well, the 5, obviously. The 4 is the lowest one. So, bad break for the Falcons. So, 3 wide receivers set. Disley in the backfield. Seattle nickel. London and Chalk covered by 6s. Collins by 4. He's going to do a crossing pass in the chalk. It's covered by a 6, and it's a 5. It's rolled on Bayfield's card. Incomplete. He's to settle for another field goal. It'll be the 4th one of the game for the Falcons. And the kick is good. 20-12. Ball's kicked to the 2-yard line. McLeod runs out to the 23. So big series here for Seattle and Atlanta. Atlanta's D, Seattle's offense. Can Seattle open up the lead, or will the Falcons hold them and try to tie this game up? Matson in the backfield. He was a big part of that try that led to 7 to close the 3rd quarter. Russ on the center. Then they're in the back to the 2 tight end set. Fly to Makua. No man in the zone. Put 4 men in and no man back. Quarterback flush from the pocket. Long gain, 53. Woof. Flush from the pocket. Goes in the D card 0-2 and a 53-yard gain. So we just saw some huge long gains. Seattle had one, then Atlanta had one, back to Seattle. So Seattle now on the Atlanta 24. Tough break. Tough break. Matson stays in the game. Seattle now in good position here. An inside run to Matson. Pass is called. And it's a 16-yard gain against the linebacker, a 0.8. So now it's 1st and goal on the 8. Matson with his 5 carries for 31 yards. Touchdown here would really, really hurt. So Seattle is on the march again. 1st and goal on the Atlanta 8. Falcons really need to stop him here. Pitch out right, pass is called. And it's a 5-yard gain to the 3. Second and goal at the 3. Seattle up 8. Atlanta needs a stop. They will be in big trouble. Seattle scores here. They're in big position to take the Super Bowl. Inside run to Wilson, double team Pakua, 3-yard run, and it is a touchdown. 2 men were in the zone. However, the full house overrode that, and he punches it in. The extra point by Tucker is good, and it's 27-12 Seattle with 10-12 to play in the Super Bowl. So 2 back-to-back drives. Touchback. It's been a field goal game for the Falcons, and they are down 15. Williams now in the backfield. They're sticking to the 2 tight end set. Seattle in nickel up 15 with 10-12 to play. So this could be the game here if Atlanta doesn't score. They need off-tackle draw, 18-yard gain for Williams on the D card. 1 linebacker there, boom. All right, so they're on the move. They're on the 43, 1st and 10. Mostert now back in the game. Seattle sticking with the nickel. Pitch out right. Most this time he's keyed, and he runs for 3 yards on the D card. So it's 2nd and 7. Run was called, and run was guessed. So most of 10 carries for 41 yards on the day. 2nd and 7. 9 minutes to play. Off tackle draw and no gain. Guess wrong. 5 comes up. Ugh. Tough break. 3rd and 7. Be curious if they don't get it, will they go for it here? With 8:42 to play. 8:24 to play, sorry. Critical play in this game, 3rd and 7 for the Falcons on the 46. 2 tight end set. Nickel D again. Atlanta's trying to figure out what to call here. They need 7.
Could be stuck here.
Uh-oh. Of course. I had a game last night. We had to pause till today. The server was just crashed. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, it's a tough one for Taysom. That's
Yep.
needed yards there. Needed to get, 3rd and 4 or whatever.
Yep. That 3rd and 16 hurt.
Oh yeah, big time. That was had him shadowed, and the rest, and
Yeah. He's
still
back.
found it.
He's back.
He's back. All right. Well, let's see here.
Slant to Ferguson. He's doubled, and it's incomplete.
Not good. 10 would have been a even more frustrating result if I went off tackle. That'd have been the blocking back +1 or -1.
Yeah.
And that would have been that would have been a pretty frustrating one. Instead, Dennis gets a
Yeah.
nice ball.
Yeah. All right. He's slant to Laporta. He's doubled.
Oh!
Ooh. Ooh. So close.
Had a long way to dig out from there. That would not have been the most consequential play. Wouldn't have moved the win probability much, but it really would have helped versus where we are now. That's for dang sure. So.
Yep. Yep. All right. So Seattle takes over. You need a turnover.
Yeah.
Something. Down out to Matson.
Oh, boy, look at those sack numbers. I don't get those sack numbers with this team often. Just didn't matter. Man, oh man. I mean, that's the right call.
Yep.
I mean, is he really going to run Matson with that fumble? It's hard to believe, but he might. I'm going to have to go after him here.
Again, down and out. 7 rolled twice. Back-to-back 7s. $6:36 to play. And down Matson again. And a must-run 8. So 10, 10, 8. It's the Alexander Madison show.
It is. And yeah, look, in Battle Royale or whatever, I mean, Madison's not a good receiver. And I got Saquon against zeros every day in Battle Royale. I have not even close to this level of success throwing to Saquon. Against zeros usually. He's up against a 4.
Right. That's football, Susan.
That's right.
That's strat football. That's not football. Yeah, it's quarterback sneak, 4-yard gain. He gets the first.
It's like you really want him to throw to Madison as much as possible, especially when you have an average D. All those receiver readings. I mean, that's what you you don't mind that. You see those tendencies, like, okay, that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because he throws to Madison a lot. Okay, the only reason he throws to Madison is to get more must runs and avoid double teams. It's all about double team avoidance. The Madison thing,
Right. Inside run the Pollard, 6-yard gain.
Now, inside the 10, my good run defense has been absolutely irrelevant as it's gone to his card every time or to his center with a 5 roll when they get a 4 center.
Yeah.
If you notice that.
I noticed that.
2 blocks with 5s.
I saw that twice.
6s up front. Lamon and Warner just hasn't mattered.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's one of those days, man. It's what are you going to do? Another inside
line. Guessed right.
Oh,
all right.
5.
Hey. All right. Full house here. We're going to go nickel and show blitz. You can always call run anyway. It just gives me more double teaming options, which he's going to be thinking about. But you got to, look, I'll say it now and he'll do it, but he never calls off tackle inside the 10.
Inside run.
And Mr. Center shows up again.
Wow, that's like the third time in a row. That's really unbelievable. Oh man! And again, 2 men in the zone, but that 5, man, oh man.
3 6s in the zone. The nose tackle's a 6. The inside linebacker's a 6. The other inside linebacker's a 6.
Wow.
3 6s.
Wow.
He's averaging 5 yards a carry on those.
Amazing.
On my card.
Right. That's crazy. With 3 6. 3 6. That's one of those days. It's one of those days.
I don't know, I'm going to cue Wilson here. See what happens. Nope.
Oh,
hey.
There you go. The linebacker.
You ask, you shall receive. 4.4 for Pollard. 3 minutes left, so it's all a formality at this point. I thought Dennis called a superior game on defense.
His double teams were really good. +1. But the D card's been coming up almost every time.
Yeah. This time around.
2:24 to go. You had a good year. 12-4.
Yeah, I just really just a delinquent owner in the offseason. This team just needed one guy on D. I didn't go get him. It needed a pass rusher.
This is your first year? Yeah.
No. I've won. I beat Dennis a couple of years ago in the finals. As a matter of fact.
Okay.
But let's see here.
Inside run the Pollard again.
And the center.
Fitting. Very fitting. Very fitting. Wow. And that's your ball game.
Well, 2 minutes. I need 22 points in 2 minutes. All right. How are we going to do that? What's the magic for that? I don't think such magic exists.
Pitch out to Mozart, 5-yard gain. 2-minute warning. Square out to London, 6 yard. You know, it's funny. I beat both of you guys during the regular season. My team was hit or miss when I was at Stafford. I was my quarterback at Jefferson and Evans wideouts and Gibbs as my running back. It was all offense. My defense was I had to get the right roles. If I got the right role, that was deadly. But my defense was so average. Oh, there you go. 49.
That and a couple onside kicks. Be in business.
Let's see. He's been held in check again. He was held in check at the Saint game too, Mozart.
Yeah, that was I don't think he deserved many yards today. He's gotten more than I thought Dennis just called a superior game. That game he deserved more yards. That was funky. I thought that was pretty funky.
4 men in the zone. And
jeez Louise.
Tough break. 1 minute to go. Third and 20. Post to Ferguson.
I need 22, so let's get to 19 here. That doesn't do anything, but what the hell? Then I'm not going to do anything on 4th and 20. That'll do it.
Inside kick, and that's it. Alrighty. So Seattle is your champion. Russ takes the knee.
5 field goals.
Yep. Good run.
Thanks. Hopefully Dennis will pop on here. You can step out, Bob, if you want to.
Yeah,
I
good
can interview
game.
Dennis if you like.
Yeah, congratulations on the season. Congratulations to Dennis. I'll stay on for 2 seconds. Yeah, he called a good game.
See if we can make the broadcast. I don't know if we can make it in. Never found my footing on offense all night long. Just never found my footing.
Yeah,
Couldn't really establish the run.
You had that drive after the punt. You saw in at 39, and then you had to settle for a field goal. That was hard.
Yeah,
That was a tough break. That sack got you too. Those two big plays, the sack and then the 3rd and 16.
Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations on a great season. Sorry about the game. Congratulations, Dennis. Take care.
Thank you. Looks like Dennis will be joining here shortly. Hey, nice win.
Thanks. So,
Yeah, I thought you called it a superior defensive game there. So,
well, I got lucky at some of my double teams. Even though they were right, Baker still hit that 9-10, which is
yeah, I got lucky. You didn't get lucky.
no, but I was lucky for picking the right spots. And there was a couple times where I was calling run or double teaming the wrong guy, and you were running. You kept rolling 5s on your guess wrong runs. The draws. I said in the second half, I said I'm going to call more run on this first drive, even if it goes against my what I really want to do. I really don't want to call run, but that worked out on that drive.
Yep.
Got you in a couple draws, but I didn't really. I think Baker didn't get a lot of help. A lot of the receiver readings were missed, or hit a blank on his card, and then when I got a sack, it was big yardage, and then all my gambles worked. Like when I went deep to Madison, that connected and put me in scoring range. I was able to get must runs left and right, plus 17, plus 19. You did have one shadow that worked perfectly, and I went for it on that 4th down, and I think I missed it on that. They're blocking back +5 or -1 roll, so you got me there. But I tried also not to do as much double teaming, because me, double teaming every play or blitzing. I tried to stay home a little bit because Baker's got the 2 through 7 on a long pass. I didn't want to get caught long. We both have average pass D. So, I wanted to stay back there as much as possible. And I got one interception. If I would have moved him, that split wouldn't have hit. It's like the 2 through 5 one man in zone deep pass. So yeah, I got lucky in a lot of ways, and just your offense just wasn't clicking tonight. That 49-yard run in the end was your biggest play, but it didn't come until it was too late.
Yeah.
Mostert usually shreds me. No, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you said really nicely timed calls, I thought, throughout on defense. On offense, it's like, the only reason Madison is an issue is Russell's must runs. That's it. Otherwise, throw to Madison all night long, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Fine with that.
Yeah.
It's just about double team avoidance, and just trying to get to Russell's must runs.
Yeah.
And on that long one, I had Shadow on, so I felt that was in the right spot there, and he got it anyway. So that was a big one. That was a big one. The long gain flat pass on 2, obviously, was probably the game that shut the door. The rule that shut the door.
And
Because
then,
it just you match Nico's 59 on the previous drive with a dump off. Boom.
Yeah, that's again.
X that out, right?
Yeah.
And then inside the 10, where I had success early, which I should have success against your squad. Actually, you're not a very strong running team. I've got a good run D, 6s everywhere, 6 nose tackle, 2 6 inside linebackers.
Can you believe it? How many times did that center roll come up?
Right. In the second half, it did 6 right across. It did not matter. It just did not.
I was so lucky. So that's what I mean when I say I got lucky. Yes, I had some good defensive calls, but how many times is that offensive center +5 roll going to come up when I'm in full house? And then I didn't use Pollard very much at all in the playoffs. And I'm like, I gave up a 3rd round pick for this guy. I'm going to use him a little bit. I did have one run in an earlier round, but low fumbles. I hit him on a couple of flat passes, but he did well today. Like you said, those inside runs that shouldn't have worked. Even when you were guessing run, I hit the right number on your card. So just like
and the 5 with the 4 center. It wasn't 4s, it wasn't 6s, it was 5s.
Always a 5, yeah. 5 white die, like at least 3, maybe 4 times.
Yeah. So I thought you got some good rolls on offense, but you won. You deserved the margin of victory as it was, and holding me to 5 field goals. Even if you didn't get those rolls on O, it was going to turn out your way, because you really shut the door inside the 20. The interception to start the game.
I'll have to go back and look at that because
fourth and goal. I had it. It was a third and goal from the 11 on that.
9.
And I got I went London flat pass, no men, and got 9. And that could have been pretty important, those 4 points, but and then I decided to kick the field goal. Maybe shouldn't have. You got a good run D. That's the same reason you didn't go for it 4th and 2 in a similar spot.
Right.
Also in the first half, is that I got a good run D in all those 6s. I mean, it's not the best move. Again, it's like you've got Russell Wilson, I guess, run. All of his must runs go away, and you're facing a good run D with all those 6s. So, it's not the best goal line spot for you, but you certainly cashed it in the second half for the reasons we mentioned before. So
I don't have a great guess right runner, so that's the reason why I kicked that field goal at the time, because I'm like, I can envision a lot of scenarios where you stop me. So, but
I see Najee Harris just signed with the Chargers.
Oh, nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Got the trade to Claude a little bit in autumn wind. He could be effective there. All of a sudden, I'd have Najee Harris way ahead of Breece Hall in halfback rankings.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Breece. He just and Strat didn't do him any favors the way they carded his runs. with
Correct.
the barbell style.
Yeah, that card didn't make much sense to me this year.
Yeah,
With Zach Wilson at quarterback,
yeah,
or whoever, and he's the best one on the team, actually, believe it or not. I don't know how, and we play in a stock league with Donnie, and it has the Jets. It's some tough sledding there.
yeah.
I mean, you assume Brees is going to get a bunch of run calls. What do you do with that?
Right.
What do you do? And even when you're wrong, you're going to get a yard up the middle or something. His line buck wrong was okay, but anyway, I mean, with the future of the Jets the way it is, maybe he churns out some good running cards. But the problem with him is not so much the situation, but his dramatic loss of burst.
Yeah.
That was what stuck out to me this year with Brees Hall. Najee was Najee, and
Yeah.
which he's no Derrick Henry. And in terms of Alabama running backs, might kind of look like him, but he doesn't run like Derrick Henry. So the guy is not that great. But put him in that situation, and Najee could turn out some really, really nice cards in that situation.
Yeah, and I think that he's the type of back that, even though he's got a little bit of wear and tear on him, I think he's get him in the right situation with a quarterback that's going to actually take the heat off him. He could do some things. That Harbaugh loves to run. What is he? He loves to power run and then throw short, and that works right into both of those players' strengths. Herbert.
A really nice landing spot for him. Really nice landing. That's unfortunate. I can't seem to make the right moves in AW these days. FT makes most of the right moves when I make them, but AW is like,
Well, I was looking at your draft. You made some really good picks in Frozen Tundra to build this team, and in what the recent draft. What was I looking at this Excel sheet? I was like, oh yeah, you nailed a couple of those picks.
Yeah. The drafting has been okay. Shakir in the 8th round last year was great, of course, because he's going to be number one caliber, lower level number one, but he'll be top, 20, 30, somewhere in there. And then Garrett Williams was a nice pick. I'm surprised he went as late as he did in some of these spring drafts.
I know.
Where did he go? Where did he go in
414?
4th round?
414. I had no first, second, and 4th round picks. So my 3rd round pick, I went for Rashid Walker I needed an offensive tackle, but I was surprised how far he slipped. I thought about him for sure.
I mean, he's got future shutdown corner written all over him.
Right.
And to get that in the 4th is crazy. He's gonna have a 6 nickel next year. He should have a 6 nickel. He may not. You never know with Strat, but he should be a 6 nickel next year, which is great to have. I mean, that's in a 3-3-5, a 6 nickel's gold, depending on who the 3rd wide receiver is, because you can drop that 6 back and feel really comfy. Depending on who the 3rd wide receiver is. If the 3rd wide receiver has yards, then it's tough because you give up the flat pass wrong. But otherwise, and you get that for a 4th. It's a deal.
Your Frozen Tundra drafted Laporta. You got him in the middle. He's going in the top 10 most drafts. You got Jalen Carter in the middle. He's going in the top 10 in most drafts. Then you come back with Kalijah Cansey in the 3rd. And you saw him in the spring drafts. He's going late 1st, early 2nd.
Yeah.
So that was huge.
See, that's the thing.
Wattenberg in the 5th. He's going into the 4th now. Everybody, I like that when you pick somebody. Garrett Williams in the 6th. He's going in the 2nd and 3rd, he should be. So all those guys that you were picking up late were going a round or two earlier in the spring drafts.
Who was the 5th rounder again?
Wattenberg, the center. Center guard. So he's like solidified his spot. So I think he went in the 4th or the 5th in spring fever.
Mm-hmm.
But, so what did you give? What did you give for Najee Harris, or what did you give up for Najee Harris? Wait,
it was mostly draft picks. I got a 2nd, basically.
Okay. Well, you can still get a good back in for a 2nd.
Yeah, it was still fine value, but it's more about losing. It's more about the investment, the implicit investment in Brees Hall, that deal that I have the issue with. I have not. My trades in AW just have not been successful so far. I've traded away. Well, I don't know. I mean, the Geno trade, I got Jermaine Johnson back. Who knows? and the one that worked out. But trading away Eric, what's his name, McCoy, and trading away Froholt, I think those two I think about as unsuccessful deals. Maybe not the highest impact, and maybe I'm being a little bit hard on myself. But
I don't know about Froholt. Is he starting now? Is he going to get a good rating next year?
Yeah, he's gonna be 4 or 5-ish, something like that. Next year as a center, and I'm going to need a center because again, I invested in Connor Williams. So I invested in Williams, no different than actually worse than Breece Hall, investing in Connor Williams, who decided he wanted to pack his bags and go home in the middle of the season, as you know all too well.
That was an interesting switch there.
Yeah, and he was having a decent year for Seattle.
Yeah. I wonder if he'll get carded as the starter or not. Or
if you have time, that's a good question. It's 7 or 8 starts.
Yeah.
But he didn't finish. If you have time, what's your take on Seattle's postseason so far?
The offseason, right? So they didn't make the postseason. I wish they did.
Thank you.
But no, it's actually. I love Geno. I think he's quality. He didn't have a good offensive line, but you're getting kind of almost the same type of player in Sam Darnold, who's younger. From what I understand, from what I've read, they offered the same contract to Geno, 3 years, $100 million, with incentives. And when he said no, they offered it to Sam Darnold, and he said yes. So I don't think there will be a step down in quality, but this problem is the same for Seattle. Until they address that offensive line, both quarterbacks, whoever they have, are going to be on their backs. So they need to get that straightened out. I didn't like the DK move, but he got a massive deal, so I can see why they would switch and pivot and do that. But now I hope they got a second.
Right? Did they get a receiver today?
No, and I'm glad. I'm actually happy that they're just like, this is a time where you kind of hope your team doesn't do too much, because this is when people get top dollars. If you wait a little bit, you can get that wave 2, wave 3 of free agency and get some quality guys for a little bit more reasonable. So
yeah, well, it feels like they're look, I don't follow them like you do, but it feels like they're treading in no man's land right now, which is
that's why they did this. They want to.
They in no man's land?
No, they wanted to get out of no man's land. So they figured with
and rebuild
and DK that they would have the chance to. Maybe they will kind of secretly, low key stink next year and and be able to draft their quarterback then. You know, some people are saying that, like they're trying to, whatever the rhyming word is for, get parched for arch. I don't know. They're looking for a different quarterback in the future, but I think they have a good chance of competing even with this squad. And like I said, I wish they would have. If they're going to spend any money, spend it on the interior offensive line. Maybe they'll spend draft capital on that, but they need to address that. They protect the quarterback. The defense is in good hands with Mike McDonald. They got a good price on Ernest Jones, I think. So, they got. We'll see. I don't think they were gonna. I think they have a better chance now of competing a year or two than they did if they would have stand pat. Because a year or two from now, Geno's in his late 30s. He's 34 now, so he's 30. If they're trying to compete long term, a 28-year-old Darnold is going to give you better, or 29-year-old Darnold, whoever he is giving you a better chance than a 5-year-old or Geno.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know that core.
Well, tell me what am I totally blind? Is this like they're definitely going to just be terrible?
Well, I mean, Darnold certainly tailed off, so it's, what will the real Darnold please stand up? We don't really know who he is yet, I think, all the way. If what we saw in December is who he is, that's a problem. Yeah. And the line is not going to your point, line's not going to help. And they used first round on Lucas, right? They used
Jackson Smith and Jigba was their first round pick 2 years ago.
Where Lucas second? Where did he get? I thought he was first, the first rounder. Abraham Lucas.
Yeah, he was the late first. That was a couple years ago too, like 3 years ago.
But it's a mishmash. I mean, they had Fant on there to start. Fant and Lucas, I think, were their tackles to open the season. The Fant, a complete rental. Connor Williams was a rental. And now he's gone. So, yeah, I mean, I agree on that. And then receivers are right now lost. The whole the receiving group is just lost. You got to hope for second-tier talent. And then the defensive backfield's fine, but I don't know about the front seven. They feel old to me. Like they signed Jaron Reed again, right?
Yeah.
I saw.
So that tells you
Like
they're
a
trying.
3-year deal.
Yeah, they're trying to compete. But
It's almost like they should have. It felt like it. If you're not going to go with Gino with all that chemistry, which he did have,
yeah,
with that team, then you go ahead and rebuild. I complete. This feels like a major retool of a mediocre team, and you got to hope that they gel. I don't know. I don't.
well, they have Abraham Lucas. They have Charles Cross. Charles Cross is really the star of the line.
Mhm.
And if they can get the interior straightened out, that would give them, that's 3 spots though, so that's tough.
Yeah, it's a lot to
They let
straighten out.
Damian Lewis walk because he got too much money. They would love to have him back. And then the big center from Dalman got signed already, and the guard from Carolina, Freeze, he would be one person that people are talking about getting big guard money. So we'll see where he lands. If they could get him and then maybe draft another guard or center, that's 4 out of the 5 spots with positive players. We'll see.
Yeah, but they got to fill DK's spot with something,
Yeah.
or / Lockett,
Of all the trades that they talked about, the one I wanted them to do was the 2nd-round pick and Quentin Johnson from the Chargers. I would have been happy with that. So but apparently they didn't want that.
Apparently. Well, congratulations on the double win in the Oops Leagues.
Yeah,
Hasn't been done since I think Duke a couple years ago did the double win. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I really don't think this is a Super Bowl winning team. It doesn't seem real. I mean, if you look at it's how usually you need to have an impact halfback to go along with a good quarterback, and I only had half that. So if I would have had Mostert, I would be like, yeah, definitely deserved to win. But I didn't have that, and still managed to pull it off. So at the end, I was just like, just let Russ cook. Just let him do his thing, and it worked out. So
congrats again. Appreciate it.
Thanks for doing that. And send me the link to the broadcast because I want to watch it. How did Bob do as play-by-play guy?
He did great.
I love it. I'm gonna get another broadcaster in the house.
Yeah, for sure. See it. All right, everybody. That's it for the Frozen Tundra season. We will see you